Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Saturday Morning Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who don't know me and the ones that do, I'm Leon. I'm the trainer here over at Back to Basics Dog Training, and each and every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, I bring you this live free dog training Q&A session. So I welcome all your questions. If you're watching me now live or later on in the replay, shoot me a comment. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Does my heart good when I get some feedback saying people are actually watching and paying attention to what I say. So with that being said, we're going to go right into this week's topic. I'm hoping some of you guys remember a few weeks ago, I did a live free dog training session with one of my viewers, Patrice. We were talking about her dog, Macy. And I got a real great email from her yesterday. I'm just going to paraphrase it a little bit. Just give me a second because this thing requires my thumbprint. Good morning, Michelle, Rob, Athena, and Bergen. So Patrice sent me an email. One of her biggest problems was walking Macy. Good morning, Maya from Clover. Another South Carolinian in the house. So she was having a problem walking Macy. Macy was very, good morning, Nancy. And I recommended going to a prong collar with her. She went with the Hermspringer 2.25. Since, unfortunately, I've been laxed on doing my own videos, trying to figure out the setup and get it right so it presents to you guys in a real great way. I sent her another trainer's videos on how to properly size the prong and how to properly use it. I trusted the videos. I watched them. They're very good. They're very similar to how I would teach it, so I felt comfortable doing it. And so she watched the videos and she basically said she had the best walk with Macy day one with the prong collar. Day one, guys. It changed it that quick, which is amazing to me because there's so many people that are so negative on the training tools in our industry. They work if used properly. I stress that they have to be used properly in order for the tool to give you the desired result that you're looking for. We don't use tools for the sake of using tools. We use tools to accomplish our goals. So if you use the tools properly, the way they're designed, the way they're the best for the communication process between you and your dog, it's amazing. That's what these tools are, guys. Stop looking at the tools as as e-collar, shock collar, prong collar, this thing, that thing. Tools are a way for us to communicate to our dogs in a better language. Good morning, Rich. Donna, I hope you're watching too. Of course, Stark should be watching. Sorry, it timed out on me again. She even had success passing squirrels. She didn't pass another dog, so she doesn't know how the reaction is. But it's not just the fact that she used the prong collar. Guys, she also followed the YouTube series, How to Leash Train My Dog in 5 Easy Steps, better known as Mastering the Walk Back to Basics style. It starts with those videos. And then if you're still having some issues, then we go to the different tools. And like I said, the tools, what people have to learn about these tools is their communication device. They're communicating from our leash to the dog. They're communicating our energy through the leash, through the collar to the dog. And that's what these tools are designed to do. not hurt your dog, not scare your dog, not to intimidate your dog. That's the last thing anybody wants. So if the tools are used properly, they form that communication back and forth between you and your dog. Good morning, Patrice. I was just telling the wonderful email that you sent with with Macy on the walk, and how the tools, the prong collars, helped you immensely. You had the best walk ever with Macy, and I'm letting our viewers know, and I should have probably asked permission, so I hope it's okay that I did that. Um, the success you had by using the tool properly, again, not to hurt Macy, not to intimidate Macy, not to scare Macy, but just to communicate. Hey, this is how we need to do this. We need to walk in a calmer manner. We need to walk without ripping mommy's shoulder out of the socket. We need not to react to the squirrels. Um, Good morning, John. And the tools help us, and that's what they're designed for. Now, on some dogs, we start the process, we get it, we use the prong collar or the knee collar, or whatever, and then we get them into the routine. We may never have to use those tools again. Some dogs you have to use them for life, whatever. It doesn't matter, because you're going to use them in a humane way. So don't pay attention to Facebook and look at all these horror stories on these tools. When we talk about the tools, there's humane ways to use them that are not going to hurt your dog, that are not going to scare your dog, that are not going to intimidate your dog. It's the last thing any of us want. Rich says, I took Stark for a walk the other night without a tool, and his tugging was minimal. Stark is learning. And that's beautiful, because that was the segue I was just doing. I didn't read the comment until just now. That's the beauty of it. You establish the routine, the pattern, the structure, whatever words we want to use, with the tools to help you get there on this journey that I talk about. And eventually you may not need the tools. And again, just using from personal experience, my granddogs, my daughter and son-in-law cannot walk them without their prongs on for whatever reason. I walk them with slip leashes. Now, my energy is much better than theirs. I expect them to do good, so my energy is a lot different. I don't expect them to react. I expect them to behave like gentlemen, and I get that result. What's going through their minds, that's going through there. They may be seeing that dog a quarter mile down the road and saying, oh crap, my dog's going to react. And of course they're going to react, because the energy changes. So again, the tools are designed to help us communicate with our dogs, period. If somebody is misusing these tools, could they hurt their dog? Absolutely. If they start walking with a prong collar and they're applying pressure, they're making their dog uncomfortable. But the same thing could be said if they had a martingale collar on, or a halty, or a harness. If the human is holding pressure on any of these tools or devices, they're making their dog uncomfortable. Nothing should be done with tension. No tension should ever be on your leash. The tension should be minimal for correction purpose only, but not constant tension. Anything, and I'll say this with any tool, if you're constantly applying pressure to your dog, don't have anything on your dog's throat, because you're going to hurt your dog. That's not the object. What I find with the prong collar, and Patrice, please let our viewers know if I'm misspeaking here, is most of the times when I put the prong collar on a dog, or a customer of mine puts a prong collar on a dog, it changes the walk almost instantly, because the beauty of a prong is it gives even correction, not focused correction like some of these other tools do. So the prong actually applies even corrections around the neck. The dog understands what that means and says, oh, well, that's uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. So let me just relax on my walk a little bit. And it really happens that quick. So again, the tools are never going to hurt the dogs, guys. The human behind the tool can hurt the dog, but the tools won't. If I just put a prong collar on a dog, it's never going to hurt the dog. If I put a knee collar on the dog, it's not going to hurt the dog. If I misuse those tools, I can hurt my dog. And that's never, ever the intention. So a couple of other things I wanted to talk about until I start seeing some questions pop up here is I've been watching a lot of videos, trying to come up with concepts of my own to help you guys better with videos coming from my mouth. And I feel like I have a very good connection because I talk in English. Yes, right away she walked. This is what Patricia says. Yes, right away she walked better, and today she didn't lunge at sniffer dog when she saw it. Beautiful. So the tool is communicating properly, and what the tool is communicating to Macy is calm. Period. And look at the result. A dog that normally would react to a squirrel or another dog, and I'm not saying reaction, you know, the term leash reaction, guys, insinuates or people have the interpretation of it as an aggressive motion. Leash reactivity does not mean a dog is aggressive. Doesn't. Could it mean? Yes. But it also, most times, it's more out of excitement. I want to go play with the dog. I want to play with the squirrel. Doesn't mean aggressive. But it changed her mind that quick, saying, oh, this is no longer an acceptable behavior. And look at how happy my mommy is. And that's what we want. So I saw a great video this week. I think it was last night, actually, about a dog. I didn't even have to do anything. That's even better. About a dog that would go into a dog park and instantly claim the dog park as its own. And everybody, quote unquote, said the dog is aggressive, whatever, whatever, whatever. And as you watch this video, it didn't start off, it wasn't aggression. It was doing it a job because the humans, when they went into the dog park, the dog in question was so excited. So it came running in there and it jumped on people and it did this and people gave it attention and it did all this. And you watch the other dogs in the park, the pack, and they all started doing the same thing. And all of a sudden that dog said, whoa, that excitability is not good. Let me control it. And then it became a problem. So again, it came down to what I talk about week in, week out. We have to learn to control our dog's excitement. And how do we do that? If we're going to a dog park, and I do like dog parks, people think I'm nuts, but I like them as long as you can control your dog and you know how to read the whole surrounding. So when I bring a dog into a dog park, first we go from the car to the first gate, and it has to be calm. Then when we get in through that first gate and we do this, that area where you're supposed to take them off leash, it may take me 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to get into the dog park through that little second gate until the dog is calm. And that goes back to what, guys? Threshold management. Now, we're talking threshold management at a public dog park? Yeah, because if the dog goes bolting into the dog park, it's going to create a riot. And people use the dog park the wrong way. And I've had this conversation with people in dog parks. They think it's a place for the dog to play and be excitable and blah, 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 blah. It is not, in my world, not designed for that. What it's designed for is social. It's a social event for dogs. But if it's too excitable, it could be, that social part of it goes out the window and it becomes chaos. So what you want to do, if you bring your dog to a dog park, and I don't care what dog it is, it could be Macy, it could be Stark, it could be Athena, or it could be Bergen, whoever's watching me. Your job as your dog's leader is to make sure you get your dog goes into that dog park in the right state of mind. And that's that zero calm I talk about. So if your dog can go into the dog park like a lady or a gentleman, you're ahead of the game, because what you're going to see is those other dogs aren't going to try to bull rush, because that can change a dog very quickly. When a pack of dogs comes bull rushing over, that could freak out your dog and that could make your dog get on the defense right away, and we don't want that. So if your dog goes in calm, it actually sets a precedent for the rest of the pack that's in there. And then at any time while you're in the dog park, because you should be supervising your dog, not sitting there, drinking your latte, doing this, and not paying attention to your dog. If your dog starts getting to where you think they're overexcited, you take them out and you start over. So they learn that even when they're in there, they have to be calm. And you can see, and I've seen this, guys, where I've worked with a dog on Long Island that was very reactive towards other dogs. It was misinterpreted as aggression, but it really wanted to play. And I brought the dog to a dog park with Zoe, and I changed the whole dynamic in there. And the dog just walked around, didn't run around, sniffed things, lifted his leg, did what dogs normally do. Other dogs came over, sniffed it, it didn't react because it started off as calm. But what I noticed when I did that is there were other dogs in that dog park, one family of dogs, there was like 3 of them. Because I brought the 2 dogs in a calmer state of mind, it actually changed those other dogs because they read the energy, they read my energy, they read the dogs I was with the energy, and they're like, oh, okay, this is what we need to be. These dogs are calm. They're not going to fall for our crap. Let's change because I want to meet this dog. So it's a beautiful experience when you witness it. It really is. And that's why each and every week I preach calm because it goes so much further. It goes even in my complex here, a lot of new people moved in. We got a lot of new dogs in the complex here. And the biggest compliment that I get is how calm Zoe is. And it's actually Zoe has helped other people's dogs understand this is the way it has to be. And it works because energy feeds energy. I'll put that little caption that I put up here every week. That energy is definitely the most important form of communication that we have with our dogs. I'm a firm believer in that. And I think Rich and Donna, I think Patrice is learning. I know Michelle and Rob are learning how important your energy is. You directly affect your dog based on your energy. If you're nervous, your dog is going to be nervous. If you're hyper, your dog is going to be hyper. Calm is king. I can't stress it enough. It's much, much better. And it's such a great communication to your dog because you're teaching them how to be calm, no matter what goes on around them. So you can avoid so many more issues if you get a puppy 8 weeks old and you start teaching calm from day one. And that includes puppy biting, which is normal. Puppies doing whatever. If you teach calm from day one, I'm telling you guys, what a reward. And the beauty of it is with dogs, if you adopt a dog that's 2 or 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, whatever, you can start that day one when you adopt that dog. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Dogs truly, truly live in the moment and they will flourish on that. As a matter of fact, I can't say it because I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet. So I don't want to get people's hopes up, but there's something I'm thinking of for mastering the walk that I'm going to try to work out with somebody locally here. Guys, again, I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to put the information up here again. We're going to get rid of that one and put wherever it is because I don't know where I keep anything anymore. This. I'm keep saying I want to start this new program on Tuesday evenings at 9:00 Eastern time, where I'm going to do live training sessions with 15-minute training sessions with you guys, a friend, a family member. Nobody's reaching out to me. I'm amazed. This is a free service. I'm willing to sit down and discuss it for 15 minutes. You, one-on-one with me, giving you the answers for your dog, not this general thing, with the comments where I'm answering a bunch of things and I'm bouncing all over the place. This is going to be a 15-minute free, me focused on you for the world to see. So we can help other dogs and other people. But more importantly, I'm going to help you or your friend or your family member. And the beauty of it is, because it's on the internet, it can go around the country and around the world. So it doesn't matter if you live on Long Island and your best buddy lives in California, get my information out to them and have them reach out to me to do this 15-minute live training session. I'm not going to look at the comments when we do it. I'm going to focus on you. And you're going to get the rewards from it as long as you follow through. So guys, please, I implore you, share this information. This is a free service I give. How many trainers do free things? I'm the idiot. But because of my goal that together we can help one dog and one family at a time, well, we got to get the word out there. And I need you guys to help me get the word out there. The quicker we do it, we get this thing rolling, we start helping dogs. Maybe we can empty out our shelters because people won't be so quick to return the dog to the shelter because they have the tools that they need through a live format. Let's take advantage of it. Get out there. If you're part of a rescue group, take advantage of me. You have a dog in foster that's giving you a problem. Let's do it. It doesn't matter to me. We can help these dogs. Dogs are not bad by nature, guys. Dogs just don't know what we expect from them. If we don't set the clear rules, boundaries, and limitations for them, they're going to take advantage. It's like not setting clear rules, boundaries, and limitations for our children. If you don't set them for the kids, guess what? They take advantage of what we give them. Same theory. So I really want to help, but I need your help to do this. So I ask you again, please share this information with your friends, your family members across the country, across the world. Have them reach out to me, email me, text me. Let's get this program up and running. I was hoping to roll it out the first Tuesday of the month. It didn't happen because nobody reached out to me. So I want to get this thing going for you guys. I think it'll be so beneficial, not only to you guys, my regular listeners, but I think it'll be beneficial to everybody. So, and if anybody, of course, here is interested in doing it, let me know in the comments or shoot me a text or an email. Info at Back to Basics Dog Training. And let's get that program running. So if we have any questions, let's see. I haven't seen any questions, so I'm going to ask Michelle and Rob, how's things going with the kids? I know you've been working. I didn't reach out to your trainer yet. I keep meaning to. I did recommend them based on something similar incident that I had with somebody on Long Island that reached out to me without talking to him, which I shouldn't have recommended. But I'm going to take your guys' word that he knows what he's doing. I'm going to hope to reach out to him this week. But how are things going? How's my boy Stark doing? Patrice, I know Macy's doing really well. Gloria, is a prong collar a good training tool to stop pulling and jumping? I adopted siblings who are 6 months old. Yes, it is, if used properly. I don't recommend it so much for jumping because everything, what you're describing, the pulling and the jumping is about excitement. So you need to start working on the excitement first. And I'm assuming it's when people come into the house. Again, you got to keep in mind the prong collar does put pressure on the dog's neck area, around the whole entire neck area. You could use it, but if you start off calm, if they're jumping at people coming in your home, don't let people in your home when they're in an excited state of mind. Calm your dogs down first. And it's a process to do that. You have to go through the journey, as I always say. And don't open the door for somebody if your dogs are in an excited state of mind, because that's going to create the jumping. And of course, with the jumping comes the scratching and maybe even the nipping. If it's on the walk, the prong will definitely help you, but you still need to start to walk off calmly. And that's why I refer back to my YouTube channel and the playlist, How to Leash Train My Dog in 5 Easy Steps, because it's all about calm. So I hope that makes sense, Gloria. Michelle says they're doing a lot better, both on prongs. Bergen is still hard to train because not food motivated. I have to use praise. Have to use praise or toys to get her to learn. Okay, if she's toy motivated, use the toys as the reward. I'd rather people use toys as a reward than food. So if you can get her to accomplish something, and this is going to help answer Gloria's question as well. If you can get them to accomplish a task, and I'm just going to throw this out there, the dog guards its toys. Okay, that happens. You claim the toy is your own, and when they submit to you, which is back away from the toy, you give them a toy to play with because that's their favorite thing in the world. So if Bergen is toy motivated, when you have, and what I say is get one of those they call them unstuffables. No stuffing in it. So if you're out walking her and she's doing real good, she passes a person, because I know that's one of her reaction points, passing a person, and she does really, really good, give her the toy to hold for a few minutes. That's her reward. So now, oh wait, I did good. I passed that person without acting like an idiot. I got my toy. Yay. That's how I'm going to react. I'm not sure what a flirt pole is. training her down and let go with a flirt pole. I'm not sure what a flirt pole is, so maybe you can give me clarity. So Gloria asked tips on calming a dog down. It's easier to teach your dog to be calm on leashes. And what it is you actually have to disagree with the excitement. So somebody knocks on your door, they go bonkers. Hey, somebody's here. Let me see this person. Give me my prize. Give me my prize. Yeah. And the job, you have to put a leash on them. And when they're no, remember the one discipline word in my world: no, nope, hey, whatever your discipline sound is, nope, sit, wait the process out. Oh, okay. Oh, so like what they do with horses. Okay, I got it now. Um, that's a great technique. I've done that. I never heard of it called the flirt pole before. Um, so when you're when the dog is excited, you're going to disagree with the excitement at the door. They're going to calm down. They're going to hopefully calm down, sit. And keep in mind, Gloria, there's a difference between obedience and behavior. Obedience is my dog sits, but the behavior is they're excited because somebody's at the door. They're sitting, but they're let them in, let them in, let them in, let them in. You can't open the door because the state of mind is the behavior. You have to get them to calm down, but you have to be calm because your energy is going to be powerful. It's so powerful. And calm, when I say calm, guys, it's calm and you're in control of the situation because you know what's right. Once you see that state of mind change and you see that level of excitement start dropping, you can start the process to open the door. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. As soon as you reach the doorknob, they're going to get up and they're going to act like idiots again. You stop the process, regroup, recorrect with a no, pop it a leash, sit, wait for the mind to calm down, continue. You good question. Do you have the dog away from the door? You should have it in a position where you can open the door comfortably and your guests can come in. I kind of like the idea of keeping them at a distance, but it's hard when you're trying to work on a dog by yourself. So you have to be able to reach the door. You could do a routine, and I've done it, where you're working with the dog. Say you get within a 6-foot area, you have foyer or whatever in the house, and it depends on how the house is set up too. Where you have it on the leash, you bring the dog goes to the door, you bring the dog back to the threshold that you're going to allow it to stay at. Sit, you drop the leash, you walk away, the dog gets up, you come back, put him back in that same spot, repeat, rinse and repeat, till you can get to the point of opening the door. Remember, when we open the door, it's like Monty, what's behind door number 1? And we give them their prize because they're excited and they win. They get their reward, which is who's behind the door. You have to take this process slowly. So you create the boundary you want to create. How close to the door, it's up to you guys. You can have them with you as long as people can get in without the dog jumping on them. You can have them 6 feet away. You can have them 10 feet away. You can send them to their place. It's up to you. I like the place command, but that's too hard to get into in this format. But what you can do is work on wherever you're going to work with the dog to get the people in. They have to be calm. You touch the doorknob, they get excited, we start over. You get the first door open. Then if you have a storm door, you got to repeat the process. And every step of the process has to be gone through. And the end result of before we continue to the next stage. So we opened up the first door. Now we have to open up the storm door for the person. If we go to open the storm door, they get excited. We stop right there, get them to go calm, go back to the process. And then when your guests come in, they have to follow no look, no touch, no talk. They're not there to direct anything at the dog or dogs. They're there to say hi to you. They should be able to say hi to you with the dog staying calm because you have them on leash. And at any point in this, they get excited. That person may have to go back outside, whatever. You got to use people. You got to set this up for success by asking people and making sure they're aware. It may take you a while to get them into the house, but you keep repeating every step till they stay calm through every step. I gotta find a dog I can do a video on this with because it works. Takes some time, but it works. And then what you do is your guests come in, they say hi to you, and they go to wherever they're going to go, the family room, the den, the dining room, kitchen, wherever people gather. And then when your dog is in a calm state of mind, you bring your dog to that person, those people that came in. And if they stay in that calm state of mind, they can get the reward, which is the affection from the human. Hi, puppy, how you doing? And if the dog gets excited when they're getting pet, tell the person to stop, reinforce your no, make the dog go back to calm, rinse and repeat. I hope that makes sense, Clary. It's complicated, but once you start the journey, it's worth it. Um, but it start so what I tell people to do is ask a friend or a family member or a relative or a neighbor or somebody who doesn't mind helping you out for the process, and they knock on the door. They may be outside for 5 minutes, an hour. I don't know. Every dog's an individual, but it's so important for your dog because them jumping on people is rude, and that's what people have to understand. I mean, if I met you and I jumped on you, you would think I was rude. So the dog is in control because they're doing what they want to do. It's up to us to teach them not to do that. If they come into your personal space or your guest's personal space, they are being rude. That's how you have to look at it. So they should never go into somebody's personal space without the invite to be in the personal space. So if I walk into a home and a dog is jumping on me, if I'm in training mode, I I block, I bite with my hand, say that's unacceptable. You're not allowed in my personal space. You're not allowed to be bossy. You're not allowed to be rude without me giving you permission. My brother-in-law's cane door dinner. What? Athena was mouthing. Came for dinner. Sorry. Okay. Mouthing. Athena was mouthing Bergen the whole time. She did a lot more than usual with him over as if she was showing off for him. Could be. But again, that's humanizing it. And what you need to do is stop Athena from doing it. If that's an unacceptable behavior, you stop it. Doesn't matter who's there. And I've heard that they're showing off for so and so. It's like, when I would go to my sister's house when my nephews were young and, they're well behaved kids, I get there, they're showing off, they're being loud, they're being obnoxious. That's human. Dogs don't think that way. We humanize them to think that way, but they don't. And the thing is at that point, you have to step up your discipline to Athena at this point because she's being an idiot. And every moment, all these are opportunities to teach. That is unacceptable. And because you don't want Bergen doing the major part of that correction because she gets pissed off at Athena. So you or Rob need to step it up and say, Athena, cut it out. And this way she learns. So even when people are in the house, the same rules apply. Because you don't want her to think when somebody else comes over, I can do whatever I want. And that's what she did. So does that make sense, Michelle? It's part of the learning journey. It's being calm is 24 hours a day until I say otherwise. So if I want to play with Zoe, I play with Zoe. Zoe doesn't initiate the play. I mean, she'll pick up her toy and make noises. And if I choose to play with her, I will. If I choose not to, I won't. But I make the decision. So when I have guests in my house, Zoe has to act the same way with the guests here as if it was just us. And that's what Athena has to learn. Yes, you keep stopping. So at that point, you put her on the leash, you make your correction, and send her to her place to calm down. Not out of punishment, just to change the state of mind. The state of mind needs to change, and it's work. And in the beginning, who is the cutest dog Remember Me Rescue has for adoption? All of them. I don't know. I broadcast this on Remember Me Rescue, but I am back to basics dog training. As far as I'm concerned, they're all cute. So, uh, but going back to Michelle's thing, when you're working with them and teaching them, it makes it hard to enjoy having company sometimes because you're constantly working to get to the point where you don't have to work. And if she keeps going and doesn't stop, that means you're not being assertive enough or in control enough because or you're not getting all the way down to the state of mind, which is what I think it is. You stop the mouthy, but the state of mind is still there. So you didn't bring her back down to calm. And that's what we forget, guys. Remember, we stop the unwanted behavior. That's more on the obedience line. The state of mind is what you need to learn is the behavioral issues. And that's always going from whatever level they are, always back down to the calm state of mind. So if I was there and Athena was doing that and she was mouthing Bergen, I'd get up, make my leash correction. Yeah, she was still excited. So you left her in that mouthy stage. You stopped the behavior, but the mind you didn't stop. You need to get all the way through, guys. I can't stress it enough. Don't let the obedience part fool you, because dogs are smart. Hey, if I sit, I get that cookie. Because watch, how many people train their dogs? Sit, give paw. You ask a dog to sit, what's the first thing they do? Without even saying, they lift their paw. They're smart, they learn. That's why it's more important to go after the state of mind than obedience. I keep telling people, I don't focus, even on my own puppies, a lot on obedience. I do the state of mind because then they want to follow me. They want to do what I ask them to do. And if I ask them, I will teach them obedience, to sit, the down, the calm, whatever, but they want to do it because they know I'm going to fulfill their every need, because I'm going to give them the affection. I'm going to give them the love. My energy is going to be spot on. The obedience is easy, but you got to get to the state of mind first. It's no different than dealing with toddlers. They're running around. They're normally good, but now they're running around and their mind is way up here. Little Johnny, stop that. And little Johnny looks at you, stops for a second, and continues doing whatever the hell they're doing, because you never got through to the state of mind. And it's easier to get to the state of mind with dogs than it is kids. But it comes from you, from here, guys. That energy, that I'm calm, I'm in control, I am confident in what I am doing. That's the difference. When I walk into a customer's home, no matter what the issue is, it could be overexcitement, it could be aggression, it could be scared, it could be this, it could be whatever. I walk in with the same energy day in, day out, that I am calm, I am confident, I'm in control. So the 3 C's. And it works because I know what I ask myself to do and I ask you guys to do works. And it comes from here. It's not about this. I say this week in and week out. You want a dog to be calm. When you have guests come in, you have to teach it. But the first thing is you have to teach is you to be calm. Not that, holy crap, somebody's here. Oh my God, what are my dogs going to do? And we just made them twice as bad. So it's just working on that state of mind. That's why when I do threshold management, I don't necessarily make my dog sit at the threshold. I just don't want forward motion. I think if my brain just got stuck. That's kind of weird. Rich is still watching. That's what I taught them about with Stark. Is I didn't care if Stark sat at the threshold. What I didn't want is forward motion. So if we use the threshold as the kitchen in that case, where somebody's eating in the kitchen, they don't want the dog in there. I didn't care if Stark sat at that threshold at the counter. I just don't want him walking into the kitchen. So as long as he could stand there all day for all I care, as long as you don't make that forward motion. So again, we're going after the state of mind, guys. I can't say it. Those 3 C's are so important to help you get to the right energy. And I kind of like that because I came up with that on the fly today, guys. So it's calm, confidence, and what was the third C? If anybody remembers, let me know. Calm, confident. Well, consistency could be one of them. And it works. I mean, people that I've worked with their dogs, control, that's it, thank you. And if you have those 3 C's, thank you. So you're calm, you're in control, and you're confident, your dog's going to feel that. And the dog is going to say, "Oh my God, you're a balanced pack leader. Thank you so much. What can I do for you today?" And it works. That's why and again, if Rich and Donna are still on there, when I met Stark, and Stark was a terror for them, I walked in that house and Stark was like, "Oh, new regime." Now he was unsure in the beginning. You can see it all over him. Oh wow, this is different. What do I do? What do I have to do? And you can see it. They go through a transition, but that's okay because the end result is worth it. So guys, let me know in the comments. Does this make sense? You know, uh, I try to get the information out to you as best as I can. I try to use it in a language we all understand. So I hope it makes sense and you can do it. Don't just try to do it, just do it. Trying to me is that I'll try, but I might fail. Just do it. So check yourself before you even start um, training your dog to do a new behavior or something or change a behavior. And I'm going to use Gloria just to say. So before you start this process of training your dogs, Gloria, check your energy. Are you calm? Are you in control? And are you confident in what you're going to do? Because those 3 C's are going to help so much. And Patrice, I think it's worked for you with Macy. The confidence you have now that you had that huge success with the prong collar has helped build that confidence up to a higher level. And Macy's seeing that and feeling that. And it's beautiful to witness. It is absolutely beautiful to witness. I'm going to be working with, I think it's a French Bulldog shortly. I think Macy is also better on the prong because I feel calmer that you have control. And that's, guys, you've heard me say this, and thank you for bringing that up, Patrice. The tools give us confidence, which is part of my 3 C's. And I got to write this down when we get done with this. I'm like super stoked. I say this about, and I use the muzzle as the best example. I muzzle condition dogs that have a potential to nip or bite, not for the dog, for the human. Because once that muzzle's on the dog and the dog accepts the muzzle and the dog is comfortable with the muzzle, the human relaxes because the dog can't bite anybody. And the energy changes. It gives them that confidence that my dog's not going to bite anybody. The prong collar does the same thing. It gives you the confidence that I'm in control. So you're calmer, you're confident, and you're in control. Guys, it's a beautiful way to live life. So again, always check yourself before you start the train. And there are days, guys, because we're human, that you may not feel calm, you may not feel in control or confident. Don't train that day. Don't. It's okay. Paula Abdul said in her song, sometimes you have to take, 2 steps forward, 1 step back to go 2 steps forward. That's okay. There are days, because we're human, I'm just not in the mood. That's fine. Because if you try to do the training when you're in that type of state of mind, you can actually set yourself backwards. So admit you're not in the best state of mind and don't do it. It's okay. It's not a weakness, it's strength because you can see it in yourself. So guys, I hope this week's Saturday morning coffee with Back to Basics was valuable to you guys. You got some value information out of this. I try to bring it to you every week. Again, please, if you guys have topics you want me to bring up, email me, text me. If you want to be part of this 15-minute live training session that we did like we did with Patrice, shoot me a text, shoot me an email at info at Back to Basics Dog Training. Michelle says, when you see it working, it's encouraging. Of course, yes. Rob's been training Athena, and he was not willing to do it in the past, but he sees results. Guys, we're a result-oriented world, unfortunately or fortunately. And, I can talk to you blue in the face until I'm blue in the face. And, seeing is believing. We're a visual world. We need to see it. That's why when I walk into the home and I work with a Stark or an Athena, or if I have the privilege of working with Macy, when I walk in and the people see all of a sudden the same dog that just ripped their arms off walking down the street doesn't do it to me, that's where it starts clicking. It works. So again, guys, if you have subjects you want me to bring up, by all means, please feel free to shoot me an email at info@backtobasicsdogtraining. Shoot me a text. Hey, Leon, next week can you discuss this? If you're interested in that 15-minute training sessions, which I want to start rolling out very soon, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. Share with friends, relatives, family members, co-workers, whatever that around the country, around the world, guys, because we can help them together. So with that being said, guys, if there is no other questions, we're going to wrap it up for this weekend. As always, thank you for allowing me into your homes each and every Saturday morning. It is truly, truly an honor to be here. I look forward to my Saturday mornings with you guys. And it's a pleasure to be here. So with that being said, guys, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, God bless. And remember, together, we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Looking forward to your texts and emails for this live thing. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you next week.